Realization of problem. Researchers should realize or sensitize with the existence of problem. Any problem assigned for research which has not been realized by the researcher as to its nature, existence and its evil effects. Though the researcher can undergo with the research, but he cannot check its effects because he cannot realize its effects suggested by him. In other terms, it is said that the victim can be the good researcher for any research. The person who is really suffered with any problem, who is victim of problem, he can be the good researcher. It does not mean any person, whoever, whether it is victim, stakeholder or other, who understand the pain or difficulties of life caused by such problem may undergo research. The scholar who is in one geographical area can also research on the social problem of another geographical area. Like terrorism. Terrorism is a problem in certain disturbed areas of a country, but any person who realizes its effects, pain caused to the society, if he realizes such effect, he can undergo with the research to find out its solution. Realization is a process. Realization is a cognitive process when man perceives any stimulus, fact or phenomena which he receives by his receptors of mind, and thereafter cognitive process starts in his mind to identify such a stimulus on the basis of his experience, knowledge and insight. Whatever is the nature of experience, knowledge or insight he possesses, outcome of his mind will be respectively a state of satisfaction or not. After receiving any stimulus in mind, analyzing it, immediately it may give the positive response sign or negative sign. Positive sign denotes the satisfaction, negative sign denotes its dissatisfaction of mind. In turn, dissatisfaction proceeds for alteration, amendment, improvement and replacement. Such realization of a stimulus, the researcher to feel about their negative attributes or something lacking. After realization or sensitization of problem, second step to be performed by the researcher, that is the identification of problem. The researcher must identify the problem. Whatever he realizes, he should get it be tested that whether what he feel problematic exists or not. After sometimes any problem which is realized by the researcher, and if he go to corroborate such problem, he comes to know that his realization of problem was not correct. That was sometime misconception or misunderstanding of phenomena, or it may be illusion or delusion. Understanding any fact is the identification process. For the identification of research problem, facts involved in the research problem, he must go with the corroboration of opinion. Whatever opinion he formed as to the existence or nature of problem, he must get it be corroborated by some other persons. Researcher should discuss his observation regarding problem with stakeholders, experts, and to invite their opinion on such problem. At the same time, researcher can go through with the available literature to get acquainted himself with the selected problem. Study of literature for the corroboration of opinion as to any research problem is the review of literature. Review of literature is basically a step of corroboration of opinion. It is mandatory and formal step followed in every research process. Researcher has to consult as possible as with all relevant literature containing information regarding subject matter of research. He may review literature of two types. First, the conceptual literature, literature concerning the concepts and theories relating to the matter in hand. Second, the empirical literature consisting of all such studies made earlier which are similar to the proposed one. After analyzing such facts, information and principles, he can sharpen his vision towards the problem so that his perception towards the problem would be more accurate. After identification of problem, the third step, that is the analysis of problem. Under this step, researcher has to analyze all such facts which constitute the problem, nature of problem and their effects. There can be a detailed description of the circumstances under which it occurs, nature, symptom, progressions and frequency, etc. and their analysis become necessary. This will help to understand the context, nature and effect of such problem. Steps of analysis of problem. Analysis of problem contain three major steps as description of problem, understanding of problem and explanation thereof. In analysis process, researcher has to analyze the problem on following aspects: whether problem is of temporary nature or permanent nature, what are the constituents of problem, determination of relevant variables, what factors are responsible for causing such problem, whether such factors responsible for causing problem are of internal nature or external one. Nature of problem as to its temporal nature or permanent nature must be verified by the researcher before selection of research problem. Many times in our life, we come across to some circumstances and situations which are dissatisfactory for us, and after passing them, we neither go to look into or to investigate such problems, nor interested to research, because we are well assured that such happening was by chance or incidental only, which would not occur again in our life, or losses caused by such incidents are not very high. Such problems are of temporal nature. Any problem which is of temporal nature does not affect our life very seriously and not exist persistently in our life. Such problems are not researchable, since the researcher knows that the results may be beneficial only for his personal knowledge, but such knowledge has no further utility unless there is any possibility of their repetition in our life further. While selecting any research problem, researcher must see that problem should not be of temporary nature. It should be of permanent nature, which requires human interception. Constituents of problem. Determination of constituents of problem is the part of analytic process. No problem comes from vacuum. This postulates gives the direction that any problem in hand must be studied in such a way so that we can ascertain its constituent factors, variables and other facts involved in the process which makes that phenomena problematic. Researcher has to search and analyze all those facts which are the part of any problematic incidents, phenomena or transaction. This process is called crystallization of problem. Crystallization of problem is a process commonly used at the stage of analysis of research problem, especially in diagnostic research. Crystallization process is very important. Sometimes the causes of problem are directly highlighted through analysis at the early stage of research. Another philosophy behind crystallization of constituent is to direct the approach which suggests that the fact constituting the phenomena must be keenly observed. After keen analysis of the facts and factors involved in any problem, the person can be assured that in what direction with what facts he has to study for solution. Crystallization also shows the nature and relationship of variables which is necessary to be determined in every research.